came back to water the roses. I thought you were with Uncle Jack.
Yes, he's gone to set the dog cart for me.
Oh, is he going to take you on a nice drive?
No, he's going to send me away.
Then we've got to part?
Yes, it's a very painful parting.
It's always painful to part from those to whom one is known for a very brief space of time. The absence of old friends one can endure with near equanimity, but even a momentary separation from those to whom one has just been introduced is almost unbearable.
Thank you.
The dog cart is waiting, sir.
It can wait, Merriman, for 5 minutes.
Yes.
Darling Cecily, you don't hope that I won't offend you if I say that upon gazing upon your incomparable beauty that you are the visible personification of absolute perfection.
Your frankness does you great credit, Ernest. And if you allow me, I will copy your remarks into my diary.
Diary? I never knew you had a diary. I'd do anything to have a look at it.
No, you couldn't possibly. You see, it is very simply a young girl's record of her own thoughts and impressions, and consequently meant for publication. When it is available in volume form, I hope you will order a copy. But pray, Ernest, don't stop. A delight in taking down from dictation. I have reached absolute perfection. You can go on. I'm quite ready for more. Don't cough, Ernest. When one is dictating, one should speak fluently and not cough. Besides, I don't know how to spell cough.
Oh, dearest Cecily, ever since I first gazed upon your wild and incomparable beauty, I've always decided to love you wildly, passionately, devotedly, hopelessly.
Oh, I don't think you should tell me you love me wildly, passionately, devotedly, hopelessly. Hopelessly doesn't seem to make much sense now, does it?
Cecily.
The dog cart is waiting, sir.
Tell him to come round next Monday, around the same time.
Uncle Jack would be very much annoyed if he knew you were staying on until next week at the same hour.
Oh, I don't really care about what Uncle Jack says. All I care about is you. I love you, Cecily. Come on, you will marry me, won't you?
Yes, of course, you silly boy. We've been engaged for the last 3 months.
Well, for the last 3 months.
It will be exactly 3 months on Thursday.
But how do we get engaged?
Well, ever since dear Uncle Jack first confessed to us that he had a younger brother who was very wicked and bad, you of course formed the chief topic of conversation between myself and Miss Prism. And a man who is much talked about is always very attractive. I dare say it was foolish of me, Ernest, but I fell in love with you.
But when do we actually get engaged?
14th of February last. Worn out by your entire ignorance to my existence, I determined to settle the matter one way or the other. And after a long struggle with myself, I accepted you under this dear old tree here. Oh, and here's the bangle with the true lover's knot I promised you always to wear, and the ring that I bought in your name.
Did I give this to you? It's very pretty, isn't it?
Yes, you've wonderfully good taste, Ernest. It's the excuse I've always given you for living such a bad life. And here's the box where I keep all your dear letters.
But Cecily, I haven't written you any letters.
You need hardly remind me of the fact, Ernest, that I was forced to write your letters for you. I wrote 3 times a week. I'm off now.
Well, can I read them? Can I see what I wrote?
Possibly. That will make you far too conceited. But the 3 you wrote me after I broke off the engagement is so beautiful and so badly spelled that I cannot read them without crying a little.
But, so the engagement was broken off?
Of course it was. On the 22nd of last month. You can see the entry if you like. Today I broke off my engagement with Earnest. Feel it is better to do so. The weather still continues charming.
Cecily, what have I done? I've done nothing. Quite literally, I've done nothing. very much disappointed to hear that you broke off our engagement. Particularly when the weather was so charming.
Hardly have been a serious engagement unless I broke it off at least once. But I forgave you before the week was out.
Perfect, sweet little angel you are.
Oh, you wonderful boy. I think your hair goes naturally, doesn't it?
Oh, yes, it does. With a little help from the others. Now, promise me this. Promise me you'll never break off our engagement again, Cousin Cecily.
Oh, I don't think I could now that I actually met you. Besides, of course, there is the matter of your name.
Yes, my name.
You must not laugh at me, Ernest, but it had always been a girlish dream of mine to love someone whose name was Earnest. There's something in that name that inspires one with absolute confidence.
What do you mean to say that you couldn't love me if I had any other name?
What name?
Oh, any name you'd like. Any name. Algernon?
I don't like the name Algernon.
There's nothing wrong with the name Algernon. It's a perfectly beautiful name. It's a very aristocratic name. I mean, half of all the chaps down at the bankruptcy court are called Algernon. but seriously, Cecily, are you saying that if my name was Algernon, that you couldn't love me?
I might respect you, Ernest. I might admire your character, but I don't think I can give you my undivided attention.
Okay. Well, Cecily, your rector here, I imagine, is thoroughly experienced with all the rites and rituals of the church, isn't he?
Oh, yes. Dr. Chatterville is the most learned man. He has never written a single book, so you can imagine how much he knows.
Well, I must see him at once at a very, very, very important christening. I mean business. Very important business. No, it won't be more than half an hour. It's okay.
Considering we have been engaged since the 14th of February, and I only met you today for the first time, I think it's very hard that you should leave me for so long a period as half an hour. Couldn't you make it 20 minutes?
Well, I shan't be long.
What an impetuous young boy he is. I like his hair so much. Must enter his proposal in my diary.
Hey, Miss Fairfax has called to see Mr. Worthing on very important business, Miss Fairfax states.
Isn't Mr. Worthing in his library?
Mr. Worthing went over to the direction of the rectory some time ago.
Pray, tell the lady to come out here.
Yes.
And I suppose you're going to bring some tea.
Yes.
Miss Fairfax. I suppose one of the good elderly women who are associated with Uncle Jack and some of his philanthropic work in London. Don't much like women who are associated with philanthropic work. I think it is so forward of them.
Miss Fairfax.
Pray, let me introduce myself to you. My name is Cecily Cardew. Cecily Cardew.